I drive to the old field of trodden dreams, root once again for our team. I wonder at the vastness of space between hope and home runs. Amble back to 5th grade when my worn glove tutored me in faithful love. Fingers warm, held tight in leather, warmth I'm sure of in catch or shame. Stand alone in the pasture, then the outfield. There are some words can't be healed, but hurt less in solitude, and after, sealed with the glove punch. I stare infield at home plate, now just fescue. No one comes to your rescue, at home or home plate. Is it to test you or prepare you? I should go back to my car. 6 feet under, sacrificed games, dad's thunder, home plate, home, all overgrown. I stay to wonder in the outfield.
A flipped shilling lands, exposing a crowned queen, triggers dialogue between captains on village green, covers protect wicket from early morning mist. Everyone heads for village pavilion for first cup of tea, whilst bare-handed groundsman scours grassy dew, parliamentary chairs arranged on veranda's front. Visitors' team name given pride of place. Numbers stacked in wooden crates, lined up ready for anticipated scoring. Warm-weathered wickets touched up with a chalky paint. 11 individuals kitted as one reconnoitre slippery grassy zeal. Reformation sallies forth to padded champions. Umpire calls. Play as church bells peal. 3 stumpy wooden staves are so bravely guarded. A stomping, snarling, serious-footed bowler runs with feet on fire. A slap on ground by batted defender warns the ball not to dither. Please be straight and short of length. Out! The ball did but dither, and took out a precipitous leg stump. None for one, bowled for an embarrassing duck. Quaint it may be, but birds of a feather must be obeyed. Numbers start to run from their box. 1, 2s, and none that pass into the encircling ropey world. The church rings midday, a rescue in hiatus. Only the last stragglers await their doom, but a luncheon rescues their disparaging purple collapse. cucumber sandwiches and fresh pastries salvage each soul. A groundman appears with roller. In slow measure, the middle is flattened. Was too wet this morning to roll back for pace. Mingling villagers now chewing a year's bygone graces. Community at the heart of leather, swathed wooden spiel, virtually spined in a willowing endeavour. Enabling people to umpire a game to outwit a foe, to anticipate being thrown a googly affair, relish the spectacle, almost seems like real fun. A round of applause on returning to the jousting field of tete-a-tete. Whites now stained green peddle the promise of restricting more runs. All out and not a century as yet passed. Tables now turned. Silly mid-on bends over awaiting a dental refrain. Only 30-run chase to win, and no longer shadows are cast. Obscure scoring and rules blithely allow a humouring smile. Rain has stopped play. A handshake and participation are reward enough for civility in sport.
I'm going to be reading a poem that was published in Brand New Season and which was also recognized by the National Baseball Poetry Festival. The title is The Little Leaguer Grows Up. You have a nerve growing up on us like that, before we were ever used to the softness of you, after we were impatient with the quickness of you, during the times we begged for mercy from the unrelenting care of you. You have a nerve growing tall and saying your own thoughts, your arms stronger every day, your grip firmer, as we force ours to soften, while we love and encourage, and in our secret places mourn the changes. Thank you.
Right fielder. In the Pee Wee League, if you got put in right, it meant you were the weakest link in the chain line of defense. And inning after inning sometimes might pass without a workload so small as a slow-rolling ground ball. In the interim, you spent your time chasing butterflies and counting dandelions. But that was then. Now you know that any pro worth his salt can aim a tater to left, right, or center, and every fielder has to be always on his toes. And if you're good enough to be on the winning team, it's guaranteed that when they take the trophy pick, you'll be right up front in the thick of it, not just something on the side like coleslaw and fries.
This is And He Swings by Taylor Kovach. Dairy Queen blizzards, frozen Minute Maids, and a bottle of Glacier Freeze warding off ninth inning sweat. Full count on the field, bases loaded in the bottom, pitcher winded up the stretch. Foam fingers and painted faces, still with bated breaths. Outfielders take a step back.
Fielder's choice. Caitlin, yeah? You're supposed to be in right field. But I was here first. Okay, but we need someone in right field too, and Brittany is the center fielder? It's not fair. I was here first. The batter is ready. Tell Brittany to go. I was here first. The batter hit a dribbler to right field, and neither girl moved. Brittany was kneeling, examining something in the grass. Caitlin stood with her arms crossed and scowled at the rolling ball, while we coaches yelled and waved our arms. But Caitlin stood pat against injustice and fate and people telling her what to do. And eventually, Brittany wandered over and found the ball on the grass and looked at it, thinking about something, while everyone watched her and waited to see what would happen next.
So in closing, because I know if my dad was here, he would not let this opportunity go by without reciting one of his poems. The poem that I chose to recite today is so fitting for the occasion. It's titled An Athlete's Prayer. Author of my talents, only you shall I praise. To thee only my hand shall be raised. For when I am burdened with the weight of my team, to my rescue you come, it always will seem. For outstanding is my play on any given day when you intervene and help lead the way. Grateful to you, I will always be for exploiting my talents for the world to see. For out there on the diamonds, before thousands of fans, we players perform as best we can. Perform we must, both day and night, seeking victory with all our might. Seeking a place with other sport greats in the Hall of Fame where ability reigns. For deep in my heart, I yearn for a place at the top. And with you leading the way, competition could not stop. The glory of fame, which someday I will receive, when I too pass on in a proud record lead. So guide me, dear author, for competition is king, and I too may fall like others I've seen. For many are the performers, but few reach the top. And with you leading the way, I will not stop.
Walking in Central Park, feeling the rolling waves of a frisbee, underneath the sounds of baseball and laughter, memories are shivering in my thoughts. They are not bridges to the past, but to the future. That's how the prophecy works. If they are deep enough, they will reach the future far enough. We're all children of changes. Changes are not linear. Only when looking back do the turns make sense. Stepping on the fields, walking on the race at dawn, feeling the pulsation of earth under our feet. Nothing will change you. Everything reveals you. And one day, looking back, you won't find what you left behind. That familiar feeling of the rolling waves of a frisbee, baseball, and laughter remain the same.
Hi, my name is Joe Kloponis, and I'm going to read for you today my poem that was in the Hoosier Team anthology published by Oronog Mountain Publishing in April 2024. Numbers of the game. Ancient Greeks like Pythagoras knew numbers, and for them, the number 3 was perfection, symbolizing harmony, wisdom, understanding, the beginning, middle, and end, past, present, and future. And if those ancient Greeks lived now, they'd know. 3 strikes and you're out. There's 3 outs in a team's inning. 3 squared is the number of players on a team and the final inning to score to win. 3 cubed is the number of bones in a pitcher's hand, and each team has 27 chances to score. Oh, if those ancient Greeks lived now, it wouldn't take them 3 guesses to know baseball is the perfect game.
Hi, I'm Thomasina Levy, and I wrote a poem about baseball from a mother's perspective of watching game after game after game on the field for many summers, watching my 2 boys play baseball. And it's called Strike Zone. Camping, feasting on ooey, gooey, sticky s'mores, becoming spellbound by the glowing embers, hiking to the top of Mount Whitney, loons yodeling as the mist rose off the lake. Marcy Dam at night, gazing downward at reflective stars, twinkling up from sibylline depths. Family, friends, husband, sons. Crack! Life threw me a curveball out of left field. We dropped the ball on camping, and we made a change-up in our lives. I became a ballpark figure who sat and watched and watched and sat and sat and watched and watched and sat. No more loons on the lake, just ducks on the pond. I was in a no-win situation. I pitched a fit and called, "Hey, time out!" And I choked up and balked, "What happened to camping?" But I was way out of my league with these boys of summer. I just couldn't catch a break. My pleas were rejected, and as I forfeited every single weekend just to root for the home team. I called a family meeting to touch base, maybe bat around a few ideas about how we might spend our weekends differently. But they tell me it's important to be on a team. It builds character. If you skip practice, you have to sit out the game. My team needs me. There is no I in team. But you know what? There are 2 I's in sacrifice. And in fact, this jock supporter is done. Time for me to walk off the field and head for home because I am on strike. Thank you.
When the Gods Retire, Willie Mays as a Met by Matthew Johnson. When Willie Mays returned to New York as a Met, more myth and symbol than everyday ball player, batted balls that fronted the warning track wall and stretched across the broad center field lawn, soared unshadowed to become doubles and triples. The Golden Glove who once captured those long and loud outs and washed away the mistakes of his pitchers, like baptism, nowadays had trouble keeping up in the outfield, as the greatest ball player God ever fashioned quickly and humbly realized that even he can't play forever. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Arlington Harris from Chicago, and to commemorate the start of the 2026 baseball season, I wanted to share this original work describing an event that happened during the 1976 baseball season 50 years ago. It's titled When Monday Saved the Flag. An American flag in the outfield grass, soaked through with lighter fuel, waiting to meet a fiery end at hands both malicious and cruel. When the men struck a match, the wind just blew it out. A Cubs outfielder started to run with no hesitation or doubt. When he reached the men with the flag, he snatched it right away and then became a national hero and remains one to this day. Thanks, Rick Monday, for your acts. Your nation will not forget the day you saved Old Glory from a most infernal threat. Thank you for listening.